So, Sarah, can you just start off telling us about your experience with divorce and how it's impacted your life?
So I grew up under the impression that divorce was the worst thing you could possibly do. It was never on the table. My parents are still married after many years. My grandparents are still married. My ex-husband's parents are still married. We went into the marriage with divorce not on the table. So when it happened, it was a huge shock to me. Um, so navigating just that change of my perspective on life, like this thing that I think is a terrible thing is suddenly a huge part of my identity. Um, Even to this day is still a challenge. And like you said, it's been 11 years. Um,
Yeah. I think a lot of people could probably relate to that where they didn't grow up with it. It's
I definitely have a tea towel that says, I hear it takes a village to raise a family. Do they just show up or is there a number you call?
right.
Oh,
We want to know, where is the village,
where
right?
does the village come from? Um, Mostly from the neighborhood and the kids' sports teams. And that's how I feel like that's how I connect with most
Yeah.
people. It's good to have friends in
Well,
your
and
team.
yeah, I agree with you. And it's one of those things where it's like you don't know until you ask. And I hate to keep saying moms, but we are moms, but it's just like I've never asked another mom for something and have been told no, right? We always figure it out. We manage. And so if there is a mom or a dad around that you can ask, chances are they're gonna find a way to help. Did you have a buddy?
So I started just going and like running on the treadmill. I was not a runner. I had to purchase tennis shoes to go there. Like, I didn't even own tennis shoes. That's a true story. And
That's funny.
yeah, so I started running and I ran for a while and then I started going to group X classes and that's my happy place now. Like I just love the community and it's
Yeah.
fun.
I think what I blog about a lot and finding yourself through divorce, after divorce, you're kind of like forced to find an outlet, whether it be exercise or something else. And like you said, you kind of just try different things until you find something that sticks. So you started on the treadmill and then try different classes. And so definitely for anybody out there listening, I think it takes a lot of bravery to do that. So I
Oh
think
yeah.
just getting out and getting started.
And that also helps to keep emotions out of things, especially when things
Yes.
are new and challenging.
Yes, I agree. I do agree with the shared calendar, I think is great, whether it's through Google or a co-parenting app or whatever you find helpful. I also agree with the email. I have found has been the easiest because, we all get texts all day long, as we do get emails, but I feel like email is easier to go back and
Oh,
like search and keep up with than a text message. Um, when you guys have those conflicts where there's like, oh, he's being dropped off at 8 and I thought 6, what does that look like? Is that just kind of like you let it go, or how do you handle that?
oh yeah, we let it go.
Go.
I'm
Okay.
like, I was wrong. Okay, normal, normal.
Yeah, typical Sarah, right?
And so I suddenly found myself like alone with three very small children all the time. That was a huge challenge, but I survived it. Now I look back,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like how did that even?
Are you comfortable sharing what ages the kids were, or like were they toddlers, I guess we could
Uh,
say, or
like 5, almost 5, 2, and not quite arrived.
okay. Yeah. So, and I think that is, as women especially, we kind of just do it. We have no other choice. And like parenting in general, whether you're in a two-person household or a single household, sometimes we look back and we're like, yeah, I don't even know how I did like the nighttime feedings and like all of those
Absolutely.
things. And then it's almost like doubled doing it as a single parent. Everything, there's nobody to turn to ask to take over.